Well, guys, Labour, or should I say a Labour council, has shown themselves to be either corrupt or complicit when it comes to widespread CSE in Oldham. This is following them rejecting an inquiry into these crimes recently that I expect many of you have already seen. Well, they didn't outright reject it, they just added amendments that removed it so they could avoid being seen to actually vote against it. Of course, amending it to remove the inquiry is no different to outright voting against it in my mind, so at the end of the day they're all scum. But it's gotta be said, a government review into this is almost worthless at this point, is it not? I mean, what, back in 2020 we got a report into these gangs that the government then whitewashed and made into a white paper that was literally beyond worthless, as you likely know. Oh, and they even debated it in Parliament, with politicians spending more time moaning about right-wingers talking about it than they actually did anything else. So yeah, any involvement of the government or Parliament is pointless, but asking Oldham Council to start a report and seeing them reject it tells me more about Oldham and the powers that be up there than a report literally ever could. I mean, to me it says they're either protecting these people to not be called racist, or they failed to act despite knowing about it for many years, or shit possibly agree with what these scumbags are doing. Either way, rejecting it don't look good on them or the Labour Party as a whole, I've got to bloody say. Of course, if the government really cared about stopping it, they would start actual criminal inquiries into it, but they clearly don't, and would cover it up anyway, like they always do, so it's bloody pointless, as I've already said. In fact, without a complete clear-out of the political class, these sorts of crimes will continue, and so will the cover-ups. Short of mass political change that I think is actually impossible, the only way to stop this is with community action, because the powers that be won't do it, and we are the bloody majority after all.